What's up, Louis? It's Guys here. Hope you're doing great. In this video, I'm going to take you guys along my latest property purchase, and this property will be generating 45,000 Rand per month, and the property only cost me 1.3 million Rand. I received the keys for this property just a couple of days ago, and I wanted to show you what the property looks like before we start with the renovations. This property is located in a neighborhood called Universitas in Bloemfontein, Free State, and it's close to the University of the Free State, so we'll be using this property for student accommodation. I decided to buy this specific property because it's close to the varsity, but not too close where it's filled with student accommodation houses. The reason I did this is to mitigate future risk, because let's say something happens to the student accommodation industry, I will still be able to rent out this property to a family, or maybe use it as a multi-let for working class people or someone that wants to be close to schools. So that's just an easy way to mitigate risk and make sure that I have an exit strategy for this specific property. This property was bonded for 90% loan to value, so it means I had to put down a 10% deposit, which was around 130,000 Rand, and I also needed to pay for transfer and registration costs, which after my attorney's discount worked out at around 60,000 Rand. So the total cost to acquire this property, literally to say that I own the property, was close to 200,000 Rand. I will also be renovating this property and fixing a few issues that the property has, but I'll share a bit more about that later. This property is owned within one of my trusts, and it forms part of my cash flow strategy. Like you guys might know, I always like to buy properties at a discount because it means that I make money from day one, and this property was no exception. The average price for a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bathroom, full title property in Universitas is around 1.8 million Rand, or that's the average buying price for these type of properties. Like you know, I bought this property for 1.3 million Rand, and its market high based on TPN is 1.85 million Rand. So that means I created an equity position of around 550,000 Rand. We already started with some basic repairs and maintenance, and like you guys might know, plumbing issues is the biggest issue that we face with all of my properties. This is the double garage portion of the house, and I'm going to convert this into a 3-bedroom flat with a small kitchenette and a decent sized bathroom. There's a lot of work that needs to be done in this part of the house, and most of the renovations will happen here. So we'll basically retile the whole garage, we'll have to repaint the whole garage. We'll also be adding sliding doors for entrances. We'll be adding a small kitchenette and creating a decent sized bathroom with a shower, a toilet and a basin. There's also a lot of concerns when it comes to electricity and lighting, so every room needs its own separate wall plug and light switch. So electricity is also a big part of renovations, and you also need to get a COC when you change anything electricity wise on your property. A big concern for me is natural lighting. So on this side where the kitchenette will be, there's a nice big window which gives more than enough natural light, and we'll also put in a window in this room specifically. All the other rooms will have their own sliding doors which has more than enough natural light. This is the living room area of the house, and it's obviously quite dark. We're just keeping everything closed for safety purposes. Like you can see, the condition of the carpets is really bad. It's an old school looking house, but it's really easy to renovate these type of properties because you don't have to spend a lot of money to make a big difference. The property consists of 3 bedrooms and 2.5 bathrooms. This is like a dining room area, and this is the main bedroom. This is a really decent sized bedroom, and like you can see, there's also carpets, old cupboards, dirty walls, and it just needs a bit of love. I like buying properties like this because it's so easy to renovate and I don't have to spend too much money. We can also have a look at the bathroom, which is really old school. You'll see that it is a blue looking bathroom, and yeah, it's not the best looking, but it will work for what we want to do. So we'll go to our second bedroom, which is just a normal single room. Like you can see, it's quite dark. We're just keeping everything closed. But again, it has carpets, old cupboards, dirty walls. But overall, it really doesn't need a lot of work. It just needs a bit of love and attention to give it a completely new look and feel. Then we'll move on to the third bedroom, which is also a double room. Just switch on the light. And again, same story, carpets, old dirty walls, and old school cupboards that we will change. This is the second bathroom. There's a portion where it only has a basin and a toilet. There's a bit of a crack here in the wall that we'll have to address. And then this is a full bathroom. Again, just look at the color. It's pink, I don't know why. But there's a few issues that we'll have to fix. There's a leaky toilet. The bath of the basin is also leaking, so there's already another plumbing issue that we have to address. And there's a bit of work needed in the shower as well. Like I said, the property does need some work, so here and there's a few things that we'll have to focus on. The kitchen is big enough for all the appliances, washing machine, fridge, and of course a stove. But again, the condition of the property, it needs a bit of work and it's just ugly looking, so we'll put our touch on this property to give it a completely different look and feel. At the end of the day, we just want to focus on renovating these type of properties without over renovating or overspending on our budget, because we will be using this as a rental property and not as a flip. If we wanted to flip a property, we can spend a lot more money for higher end finishes. But that's the opposite of what we are trying to do here. The idea is to keep our budget small and to renovate the property so that it looks better, it looks clean, and it feels like a new property without overspending. So this part of the property, which is basically the living room area, we'll have to convert into 3 separate rooms as well. So we'll create 3 bedrooms here, each with their own entrance. By doing this, we can create a larger income for this property instead of renting it out to a single family. This is the backyard of the property, and I wanted to show you guys this out room that we will eventually maybe just build on to create some extra rooms. There's already electricity added to this property, so there's definitely potential for extra rooms in the future. The reason I like this is because there's quite a bit of space here so that we can expand if it is necessary. Like you can see, the overall property needs a bit of work. Small stuff like the condition of the yard. It has just been neglected for quite a while and it has been vacant for quite a while. But it creates opportunities for investors like myself that can see the potential that properties like this actually have. This property will generate a turnover of 45,000 Rand per month, and it has a gross yield of 34.6%, which is really good. Although there's quite a bit that I have to spend, I'll make a separate video about the renovation part, so feel free to let me know if there's specific stuff that you would like to see, and we'll add that to the next video.